Hi everybody, this is Susie. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. I am making a card using the Love from Lizzie card kit. If you guys don't know about this card kit, it's pretty awesome, and you get tons of really cool stuff with it every month. But anyway, so I've got the pattern paper picked out, and now I'm just trying to decide whether I want to use the vellum or not, or what part of the vellum. And so I decided on the well, I don't know what you on, like, it's a poison bottle of or it's a bottle of poison. Anyway, so I decided to use that image, and now I am just using a stitch rectangle die that I have in my stash to cut out the pattern paper. And this pattern paper is really cool because it's got like antique-y type writing and bloodshot splatter on it. I'm using the Sophisticut by Sizzix to cut all my pieces that I need. It's originally designed to cut just the big dies, but I converted it so that it will cut my thin dies also. And how I did that was just cut a bunch of different plates that I had. I had some acrylic pieces and whatnot, and even ended up using a ruler to cut it down so it would work. So I just got getting the parts all cut out that I need. And I'm going to be using a few different sizes of the stitched rectangle die. Alright, so sorry about that. I had to pause for just a minute. So what I'm doing is I cut out that piece of vellum, the little poison bottle, and I'm going to glue it to a piece of the vanilla cardstock that came in the kit. This kit is really cool. One of the really cool things about this particular kit is it's kind of eerie type, you know, Halloween-y type card kit, but the sentiments that came with the card kit and the stamps can be used throughout the year, not just at Halloween. They don't say anything specific to Halloween, so I thought that was cool and would make very good cards for men, I believe. So I just put my little pen back in my glue thing. Anyway, so I'm going to cut out this, and I'm going to leave a little bit of a border of the vanilla cardstock around the bottle, because I want to file or rough up the edges of it and use some distress ink. Alrighty, so I got that all cut out. I'm just kind of lining it up, trying to figure out exactly where I want to place it. At this point, I'm not really sure. Okay, and now I have the "You're So Humorous" stamp, and I'm going to stamp that on a piece of the vanilla cardstock. And I'm using the Versifier ink the black VersaFine Fire ink. Alright, and now I have the humorous bone, and I'm going to stamp that as many times as I can get it on this piece of vanilla cardstock. It's my little scrap I had left. Because I want to use several of the bones on the card, so I'm just trying to get it stamped out in as many places as I can so I could utilize this little piece of paper that was left over. And I'm gonna get these all cut out, and I actually ended up stamping 5 here, but I ended up using 6 on my card. So after I had got these all stamped and cut out and figured out exactly where I wanted to place them on my card, I decided that I wanted one more, so I just found another scrap piece of the vanilla cardstock and then cut it out. Alrighty, so I got all my bones stamped and cut out, and I'm just trying to figure out how I want to place everything on my card. And I used one of the small rectangle stitch dies to cut out my sentiment, but I ended up having to cut that way down so it fit where I wanted it to go. Anyway, so I'm just trying to put things on my card and figure out exactly how I want to do it and whatnot. And I'm going to take what I'm using now, it's my Zetter Distress It All, and this little tool is pretty amazing. I love it. It makes such quick, easy work. So you push the button and hold it down to activate it, and it just files down and roughs up all your edges right now, and they look really cool. I love this tool. I think it's a must for every craft room, and if you guys haven't seen this, I'd look it up somewhere because it is really, really, really nice to have. So basically what I did was I roughed up every one of my layers, including the card base, which I'll be doing in just a second. I'm just getting all of my little pieces all roughed up here. And it makes it really nice to take the distress ink on the edges also. It definitely cuts down the amount of work that you have to do. But I'm sure if you guys looked on Amazon or something, you'd probably be able to find this somewhere. I don't know how much it would cost because I got mine in a used lot on eBay. So I don't know exactly how much it would cost to get one of these, but they are a pretty awesome tool. So now I'm going to use the Distress ink, and I'm using a Vintage Photo, I believe. Let me see if I have the... Here it is, the little ink cube. I believe it... Yeah, it is. It's Vintage Photo. So I just inked up every one of my edges, including my card base. And the little bones. And I'm just using the little mini cubes. I like the little mini cubes for stuff like this because it's just so much easier. And I'm going to use foam tape on every layer that I have. I believe the only thing that I did not use the foam tape on was the bones. And I don't know the brand of this. Oh, let me see. I think I ordered this foam tape from China. And it doesn't really have a brand name that I can see or that I could read. But this is the stickiest tape I've ever seen. So, I mean, I know that my stuff's not going to come off my card, but it is ooey gooey to work with, though. So I'm just getting all of my layers taped down. Yeah, definitely a little hard to work with, but it does stick extremely well. I really like the way this card turned out. It was fun to make, and it's so nice to work with a kit like this because everything matches and looks good together, and it really takes a lot of the work out of creating a card when you know everything's gonna look good against each other. So this is my little You're So Humorous. I ended up cutting it down pretty small. Okie dokie. So now I am figuring out if I need to add more foam tape to the poison bottle. I wasn't sure if I was going to need it on the ends or not, so I waited till now to put it on there. But anyway, decided that I needed some on there, so that's what I'm doing. I hope you guys are having a good day today. It's pretty chilly here where I'm at. We actually had snow a couple days ago. I couldn't believe it. It was like, wow, it's a little early for snow. I think we're in for a pretty bad winter though, honestly. So now I'm just getting my sentiment lined up where I want it to go. Alrighty, so now I'm just figuring out how I want to place my bones. And I ended up needing one more, like I was saying earlier, so I just did that off camera and put that on there. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of playing off of the poison bottle by doing the X's with the bones. And alrighty, so I like I said, I ended up needing 6 bones, so I cut that out and put it on afterwards. And anyhow, so I hope you guys are having an awesome day, and we'll talk to you guys next time. Bye for now.